How are you today? Today I'm going to show you how to make this flower pendant. This flower pendant is mostly made with Superduos, some seed beads and a Swarovski crystal. And I attached a very nice silk ribbon on this, and I'm going to talk more about this silk ribbon on my blog. Because the company that sent this to me have very awesome products, and I really want you to check them out. So I'm going to talk more about this on my blog. So if you like this ribbon, please go to my blog and read more about them. This pendant is an advanced project, and that is because we have to go several times through the beads. And this pendant requires some knowledge, and that's the knowledge of how hard you can tug on your thread, and you will need a certain tension to make the leaves stand up like this. Because the thing I had is that when I searched, because I always search before I go ahead and invent something, because I don't want to violate anyone's copyright. So I always search for things, and I searched for floral or flower Superduo, Superduo flower. But the only thing I came up with on Google, of what came up on Google, were pendants that were flat. They looked kind of like a flower, but I really wanted the flowery look. So what I did, and I hope you can see this, I made the sides standing up. So this is the back, and I made the sides stand up, so that it really is more of there's more depth in the flower. So it really, in my opinion, it looks more like a flower than like a star. So I'm going to show you today a variation on this pendant. So it will be exactly the same, only we're going to use two colors of seed beads. And the colors of seed beads depend on what you like. But what we're going to do, we're going to make the insides of the flower petals a different color, and we're going to make the top of the flower, so that's the Superduos before the line of seed beads, a different color, and that's the same color as we're going to do on the inside. In that way you will have a clear vision of what you can do with this project. You can also make this in a different kind of jewelry. My original design was made to make 3 of these and place them next to each other, and in that way create more of a necklace. So this one in the middle and then 2 on the sides, and that attached with Superduos or Swarovski beads or just seed beads, just what you like. But the problem I had is that I didn't have enough rivolis. So I have to order them, and because I wanted to upload this video, I thought I'd show you how to make this, and then you can just make it into anything you like. But I am going to show you how you can make an attachment to this, so that you can hang it on a necklace or a ribbon or something you like. So let's start. So let's start with the materials we need. You will need 2 colors of Superduos. And as I said, one is going to be for the inside and one is going to be for the outside. So you will have to make a choice what you want to go on the inside and outside. So 2 colors of Superduos. You will need some 15O beads and some 11O beads in the same color. Of course you can also variate, but I'm going to show that on the pendant. The middle row of seed beads will be with the 15O, and the outer side will be with the 11O. So you can also just, let's say, make the middle one yellow and the outer one orange. If you like that, that's just okay, what you like. But I'm going to use the same color. You will need a 12mm Swarovski Rivoli. I would not recommend to use another brand, because the Rivoli is the Rivoli, and with this we need an accurate measurement of the Rivoli. So a 12mm Swarovski Rivoli. You will need some thread, and of course I'm going to use Ceylon. But for the first time, I think really this is the first time I'm going to say this, You will need fire line for this, but I don't have fire line. I do have smoky fire line, but that's also not very great. I need to buy fire line again. So I'm going to demonstrate it with this thread, because you can also better see this than the fire line. But you will need fire line for this, and you can use 6 pound up to 10 pound, just what you have. But you will need fire line, because, and I'm going to show you that on the pendant, because we need a certain structure on this pendant so that it stands up. And for that we have a place, and I'm going to hold it up so that you maybe can see this better. I hope the camera picking this up. As you can see on this pendant, you can really see, or maybe you can't, but you can see the thread on the sides and in between the beads a little. And I don't really like that, so I would recommend using fire line so that that part is see-through. So that's why you need fire line. You will need one size 12 needle, and if you have one, also use a size 13 needle. There can be points in the beadwork that you will have some trouble with going through the beads, and in that case it comes in handy that you have a size 30 needle. If you have one, you can also use it with the 12, but it will give you a hard time at some point, because we need to go through the beads so many times, and not all the beads have the same hole. So I would recommend using a size 12 and having a size 13 by your side, so that you can also use that one if you need one. And you will need, of course, a scissor, because you need to cut your thread. Now, and this is optional, that is just depending on what you're going to make with these. If you're going to make a great necklace, or sorry, a big necklace with these, you don't need it. But if you want to make it in a pendant, you will need a ring to attach it to anything you like. So let's start. Now let's start. First of all, before anything, if you are a beginner and you're watching this video, because I know I did a lot of beginners tutorials lately, this is not a beginner's tutorial. Of course you can try to follow it, because it's not very hard to make, but if you're a beginner, I suggest that you better follow one of my beginners videos before trying this, because this will give you a hard time, especially as a beginner. So let's start. We're going to pick up 12 Superduos. Like this, and slide them down. Always count before you close. I'm going to count again, 4, 8, 12, okay. Now we're going to take our thread and we're going to tie a knot. Like this. And now this is already where the tension comes in. You want to tie a knot, and you want to do this 3 times, but you don't want to do this too hard, because you don't need your beads very stuck on each other. So you just need to try to make as loose as possible knot, without too much room between your beads. And I know that sounds very difficult, but it is really not. Just don't pull too hard when you make the knot. At least when you make the 3rd knot, you can pull a little harder, but you don't want to go and tug very hard on your 1st and your 2nd knot. Now, just a little example to show you when you're good to go. If you pick up your beads and you lay them flat on your finger, and you can see one is sticking up, but that's that's totally okay. At least if this knot is very tension, look at if it's not pulling, so this is just flat. I hope you can see this. This is just flat, then it's okay, because if it is stronger than that, you will have to do it again, because that will give you trouble later in the work. Now what we're going to do, we're going to reinforce this row, so we're going through the bottom holes of all the beads that we just added. because this is very important for the strength of your pendant later. Because later we will have to yank on it a little harder. And we don't want our Swarovski falling out or our thread to break. Because as I said, this is going to have a lot of tension on it later in the project. So just go through the bottom of all the beads again. And I'm almost there. And then the point when you started, so that is between these Superduos for me, and I'm just going through the next one too, so that you step up in a way. Okay, and then we're going to do start. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my needle and I'm going through the upper hole of the first Superduo in line and pull. I'm going to zoom in a little so that you maybe can see a little better what I'm doing. Then you're going to pick up one Superduo and go through the next Superduo. And again, pick up one Superduo and go through the next Superduo. And again, pick up one Superduo and go through the next Superduo. And now we're going to do this all around. Okay, now I'm ready to add my last Superduo. And I'm going through the top hole, so the last top hole that we're coming out of. Like this. And then I'm going through the bottom hole of the first one we added, and the next would be the next top hole of the next Superduo. So just step up and go through 2 more. And then we're going through the top hole of the second Superduo we just added. And now we're going to do the same, only with a different color. If you choose to make this with one color, you're just going to do this with the color of choice. But I'm going to pick up the other color now, and I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. So we're just going to do exactly the same as we did before. And I'm going to pick up a Superduo, and I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. Like this. And now we're going to do this all around. Okay, I'm ready to add my last Superduo. So I'm going to pick up my last Superduo and go through the top hole, the beneath hole and the next top hole. Like this. And pull. So this is just a basic Rivoli bezel for the Superduos. And I'm going to pick up one 15-0 and I'm going through the next top hole. Pick up one 15-0 and go through the next top hole. And we're going to do this all around. Now I'm ready to add my last 15-0, and I'm just picking up my last 15-0 and I'm going through the next top hole, the next 15-0 and the next Superduo. And don't pull too hard yet, because we need to get our Swarovski in. So I'm going to close it a little bit, grab my Swarovski, make sure that it shines, and place it in. And then I'm going to gently tug on my thread to close it up more. Now we need to go around at least one more time to secure this. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through the next 15-0, the next Superduo, the next 15-0, the next Superduo, and I'm just going to do this all around. And every time I do that, I'm going to tug on my work, and with that it secures around my Swarovski. And when I've done that, I'm coming back. Okay, I secured my Rivoli in place, and what I'm going to do now, I'm coming out next to one Superduo, and I'm just going to stitch back, through the top hole of that Superduo backwards, and I'm going to reach one of the top holes of, or the bottom holes in this case then, of the other color of the Superduo. So I'm just stitching back. And then I'm going through, and that's the point we want to end. That's the second row, the bottom hole of that bead. That is our starting point. So the second row, and that's the bottom hole of the bead. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to pick up one of the base color of the Superduo. So this is the largest part of your flower. And we're going to pick up one Superduo and we're going through the next bottom hole of the next Superduo that's in line with the one we're coming out of. Like this. And then again, pick up one Superduo and go through the next bottom hole of the next Superduo. So you're just adding one Superduo between the line we're in of Superduos. And I'm going to do this all around and then I'm coming back to you. Okay, now I'm ready to add my last Superduo, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up my last Superduo, go through the bottom hole and go through the bottom hole of the first Superduo you added, and you don't have to do this in one time. But I'm just going through the bottom hole, so that's our ending point, and through the bottom hole of the next Superduo that we just added. So that's the first one we added in the first row. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take out our 11O beads and we're going to use our second color of Superduos. I'm going to pick up one 11O and I'm going through the next bottom hole and only the next bottom hole of the next Superduo that we just added. Like this. And then we're going to pick up two of the, in this case, green Superduos, and I'm going through the next bottom hole of the next Superduo we just added. Like this. And then again I'm going to pick up one 11O and I'm going through the next bottom hole of the next Superduo that we just added. And I'm going to pick up two of the green, in this case, Superduos, and I'm going through the next bottom hole of the next Superduo. Like this. And now we're going to do this all around. So you alternate with one 11O, two Superduos, one 11O, two Superduos, and you're going to do this all around. Okay, I'm ready to add my next pair of Superduos, and I'm just going through the bottom hole of one of the Superduos we added, and I'm going through the 11O we just added. So that's the first 11O we added. Like this. And then I'm going through the top hole. So that's the top hole of our base color of the Superduo. Like this. And then I'm going to pick up our base color. So that is just the darker one in this case. And I'm going through the next top hole of the next green Superduo. Like this. And now we're going to pick up our other color, so that is in this case our green color. And I'm going through the next Superduo. So the next top hole of the next Superduo. So that forms already the middle of our flower petal. Now I'm going to pick up my dark color again and I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. Like this. And then I'm going through the next 11O that's in line. And then I'm going through the next top hole of the next dark Superduo. And now we're ready to add the next Superduos. So I'm going to pick up my base color. And I'm going through the next top hole of the next green Superduo. And now I'm going to pick up my green Superduo. And I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. I'm going to pick up my base color. And I'm going through the next top hole of the next dark Superduo. And then I'm going through the next 11O and through the next top hole of the next base color. So basically all we're doing is we're going through the 11O, we're going through the top hole of the previous row, then we add one base color, one other color, one base color, and then again we go through the top hole of the previous row through the 11O and repeat. So we're going to do this all around. Okay, I've added all my Superduos all around and I'm ending in the 11O. So what we're going to do now, we're going through the top hole of the next Superduo that's next to the 11/0, only the top hole, like this, and pull. And then we're going through the top hole of the first Superduo we added. So that is where you can see the thread on the side. And this is the only way, because I tried several other ways, but in this way it shows just the best. Now we're going to take our base color Superduo and we're going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And again, I'm going to pick up one Superduo and I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. Now we're going down again, so what I'm going to do, I'm going backwards through the, so that's from our side. I'm going through the top hole of the next Superduo and through the next 11/0. And when you pull, you can also already feel that your leaf is going a little bit a rounded shape. Now again, we're going through the top hole of the next Superduo that's next to the 11/0, sorry. And then we're going through the next top hole of the next Superduo that we just added. Then we're going to pick up one base color. And then I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo, picking up one base color and go through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And then again, we're going through the top hole of the next Superduo that's next to the next 11/0. And then go through the 11/0 and pull. Like this. And then already you can see that also this one is curling around again. And then we're going through the next top hole of the next Superduo next to the 11/0. And through the next top hole of the next Superduo. Now, so just add two Superduos, so one Superduo here and one Superduo here between all the leaves, and then do this all around. Okay, so I've added my beads and now I'm coming out of the 11/0 and the next top hole of the next Superduo. And now I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo and through the next top hole of the next Superduo next to that one. And I'm going to pick up two Superduos and I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo and through the next top hole down through the next Superduo and through the next Superduo that's also in line with that. So you're just going to follow the outer side of the edge of the flowers now. And then we're going through the next 11/0. And pull, oh. But we're coming out of the 11/0 and we're going through the next top hole of the next super, like this. And then I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And again through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And then we're going to pick up two Superduos and I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And the next top hole of the next Superduo. And the next top hole and the next 11/0. Like this. And pull, and you can see that our leaves are starting to get rounder and rounder. Now you're just going to do this all the way around. So you're just going to follow the top holes, add two and follow the top holes down, go through the seed bead, follow the top holes, add two and follow the top holes down, go through the seed bead and just go on like that. Okay, I've added all my petals and I'm coming out of the seed bead. And I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And this is where I said that you, if you have one, use your size 13 needle, because at this point it can get a little hard to go through all the holes. Because at this point your holes are starting to get so small that some of them you will be able to go through with your size 12 needle, but some of them you won't be able. So I'm going to thread my other needle now. Okay, and I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. Like like this, and I have very sweaty hands. I'm sorry, I know you hear me complaining about that more. So it takes a while to get my needle through, and I'm just going to, just like we did before, follow the top holes of the beads to go up. And then when I reached the part that we're going to that we just added, I'm going through the top hole, going to pick up one more of the base color of the Superduo and go through the next top hole of the bead we just added. And then you're just going to do exactly the same as we did before. Just with your needle, you're going down through all the top holes, down through all the top holes of the side of your leaves. Like this. And then go through the 11-0 seed bead. This. So you're just going to do exactly the same as we did before, only you're just going to add the point of the so the edge of the flower. So you're just going to follow all the top holes to the top. Then you're going to add one Superduo and you're going to follow the top holes down through the seed bead and repeat. Okay, if you follow me on Facebook, then you know that at this moment all things collapsed. This was just one hell of a project, if I may say it like that. Everything that can go wrong with beading went wrong. From the moment I added the leaves, and I told you to add all the leaves, one of my leaves just broke. Then I tried to make the whole flower again because it wasn't savable. I made the whole flower again, and that is this flower. And I made a mistake on this flower to I wanted to give it more strength, and I didn't listen to my own rules on this one. And I went through the beads one more time again before I added the above row. That is why my Rivoli is loose. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear that? My Rivoli is shaking in it, and it doesn't need to be like that because on my original design it isn't that way. Oh, sorry, I need to do this with my other hand because that was my bracelet. Do you hear that? You can't hear that my Rivoli is just stuck in there, and that's how it's supposed to be. So I'm so sorry that this video didn't turn out the way I wanted. So I can go through my beads more times again, so I'm just going to tell you now what you need to do. You're ending probably with one of those points, and that is why this is, because this is an advanced project. If you're an advanced beader, I just give you the directions that you can do this yourself. You added the last one, then you're going down through the beads just like you would do to go to the next one. Only you stop at the Superduo that is in front of the seed bead. Then you're going to the bottom of that Superduo, and you're going to step up through the next Superduo until you come out of the top hole of one of the Superduos of the second row that is around your Rivoli. And it doesn't matter which one because you're just going to start anywhere. So like this. And I hope you can see this. And then you're going to go through that top hole. And I'm just going to show you this loosely. So I'm sorry that this is not a finished project at the end because I can't go through the beads anymore, and that's my own fault. So you're going to pick up two seed beads, and then you're going through the next top hole of that next top hole of the next Superduo that's in line with the second row, like this. I'm going to show you that up close, like this. So this is in between the 2 Superduos that are of the second row. And then you're just going to do this all around. So you're going to again pick up 2 seed beads and you're going through the next top hole of the next Superduo that's in the same row of, so in the same second row, like this. And now you're going to do this all around. And once you've done that, and I'm going to take another piece of thread to demonstrate this. I'm sorry that I don't just show it all the way, but this is the only way for me to make sure that this video is up to date and not in 3 days. Okay, so what we're going to do then, when you're at that end and you added your last pair of seed beads, you're going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. So that's where you added, you will add your last pair of seed beads. And then you're going up through the 2 seed beads that are just added. And then you're going to pick up 1 seed bead. And then you're going down through the next seed bead and through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And I can't do that because I made that mistake. But through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And when you've done that, you're just going to go up in between the seed beads again, pick up 1 seed bead, go through the next seed bead, through the next top hole of the next Superduo, and in between the seed beads again. So that's all there is to it. And now I'm going to show you how you can get to the back. You're just going through the seed beads until you reach this Superduo. So that's the middle Superduo of the flower. So the top one of the 3 of the other colors. And you're going through the top hole of this Superduo. And I'm going to show you how you do that now. And I'm just going to cut the last piece of my tutorial and paste it in here, because I did finish my previous part of the tutorial. I tried to save it, but it didn't really work. I'm going to try to show you now how to make the loop. It's very easy, and I'm going to paste that in now. We're going to do the following. So you're just going through all the beads, and you're going to reach on the back side the green Superduo. The thing we're going to do then is just you're going to thread your needle through the middle Superduo, so the bottom, the top hole of that Superduo, and you're going to pick up 7 seed beads, so 11 seed beads. And I have to hold this on one side. And then you're just going through that same Superduo on the opposite side and pull. And now you're just going to strengthen this with your needle. So you go through with your needle through your seed beads again. Like this. And I suggest that you do this one more time. So I really hope you liked this tutorial. I'm sorry that the end was a little bit all over the place, because I had so much bad luck with this project. I know for a fact that in the 1.5 years I'm beading on YouTube now, I really never ever had this much bad luck with a project. And I know it's not my project, because this project, the way it looks, it is just exactly the same as this project. So it is not that the construction of the pattern fails, but I had so much bad luck, and there's so much thread and tension at the wrong places that this just didn't work, and it is my own fault and the fault of the thread, because they just kept on breaking on me time after time, and it was really frustrating. So I'm sorry, but I know for sure this pattern works, because this is not the first one I made. I made another one, and I already sold that one. So I know for a fact that it is working. So I'm sorry this was a little bit all over the place. Please follow me on Facebook. As I said, when I have troubles with patterns that I should upload, I'll also tell you. So please follow me on Facebook and my other social media. I have Pinterest, I have a blog, I have Twitter, I have Google+. I even have a Google+ beading community with over 400 subscribers. So please follow me on social media and check out my new crafting channel, because I have a polymer clay cabochon on that one, and that's very nice to use in beading. So I hope you liked the project, and I'll see you the next time.